We'll have another check of your Weather Authority forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Yesterday was World AIDS Day, but you can still help fight the spread of the disease. Art Against AIDS is one of the New Orleans premier visual arts and civic events. Designer Chet Pourciau is here to tell us about the gala and the fabulous art you can purchase there. So tell us about Arts Against AIDS.
So Art Against AIDS is a local event to help support a local nonprofit. You know, last Friday we were live at Lakeside for Black Friday.
That's right.
But if the mall is not your thing, this is a great alternative to do some local shopping, but also at the same time help to support a local nonprofit and raise some money, because we really need the money at the No AIDS Task Force. So what they do is they put on a huge fundraising. This is the 25th anniversary of the No AIDS Task Force Art Against AIDS. So what they do is they get local artists to come and donate art, but also the local school kids donate ornaments where they sell these ornaments and help to raise money for Art Against AIDS. We're gonna start back here with this artist. This is a really interesting story about this guy named Clifford Etienne. And you know, what's really even more interesting about this story, I actually know this guy. I grew up in the same neighborhood with him, and they brought this piece of art to me yesterday. Clifford is actually incarcerated at Angola Correctional Facility. So what he did is he actually put his time in prison into something that's really great and started painting and created this really beautiful piece of that he captures of local New Orleans characters and New Orleans artists.
Yeah, you got the typical overpasses that we see.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know if it's a second line parade or a jazz funeral or something, but just, you know, the detail of his art from just learning it while being incarcerated, I think is a pretty amazing piece.
Yeah, very neutral colors.
Very neutral.
Pretty.
The next thing I talked about is Alex Petrie. I had the fortunate experience to be able to talk to Alex the other night at the Art Against AIDS patron party. And you know, she really was an amazing person and told me all about how she didn't start out by being an artist, but eventually became, you know, an artist. And so this is a really great piece by Alex. I love the detail of this. And you know, something that I remember when I talked to her that stuck with me, I asked her, how do you know when a piece of art is actually finished? And she said, you know, it's kind of like the end of a perfect song. You just know it. You just know. And because, I mean, I would work this to death and I wouldn't stop until I got every bit of detail right.
It looks like something out of a fairy tale.
It really does. And part of her story and part of her art is about fairy tales, but also mixed in with some New Orleans type of culture. So I think this is a really great piece, a new and upcoming artist. I think you'll be seeing a lot of her. Another great thing you'll see is all these local school kids, they come together to actually make ornaments for Art Against AIDS.
I mean, some of these you look like you'd find in a store, like Hallmark or something. These are really nice.
Yeah, really, really beautiful ornaments. And I think that's great because, you know, I emceed the No AIDS Walk a couple of weeks ago. And what I did notice at the No AIDS Walk was there was a lot of young kids, high schools, college kids that were out there to support. So they do realize that this disease is not just a person-specific disease anymore. It can affect anybody. So tomorrow night at the Normal Museum, tickets are, let me make sure I'm getting that right, are $60. It starts at 8 o'clock. So go out and support a great nonprofit. And it's their
at the New Orleans Museum of Art?
At the New Orleans Museum of Art from 8 to 12. The gala tickets are $60, and it's the 25th anniversary, so it really helps to support a great nonprofit in the city.
Well, thanks, Chet Pourciau, and you can also find more information on fox8live.com, and we have lots of stuff here, and you can always watch us once again replayed on Fox 8. Elena's gearing up for close to 100,000 fans this weekend. Coming up, Rob Masson will join us with a preview of how businesses are getting ready for the surge of purple and gold. Stay with us.